Tran sets out from Blue John's hut on the Emerald Coast to take the first steps on his quest to find his friends. Before he leaves, Blue John tells him of how darkness has been flooding from Heliodor Castle ever since the fall of Yggdrasil, and enveloping all of Erdrea. He follows the directions he was given by Blue John, only to find himself at the gates of dear old Cobblestone. This humble village is now home to refugees from all over Erdrea, hence it's having been renamed the Last Bastion, and among those who call it home are his dear old friend Gemma and his mother Amber, both of whom are alive and well. They tell him of how a certain someone came to stay Jasper's hand back when he burned the village to the ground, and of how the same man saved countless survivors and led them to the safety of the Last Bastion after Yggdrasil's fall. Apparently, King Carnelian has also found his way here, and Amber urges our hero to go and have a word with him. In times of trouble and strife, it pays to know your money is in safe hands.
I bet you're tired, Tran. There's a nice comfy bed in that tent if you need a little lie down. We all sleep in there, so it's a bit of a mess, but I'm afraid you'll just have to make do. You'll drop off eventually, I'm sure.
Woof, woof, woof.
I don't know exactly what happened between you and the king, but it's time to let bygones be bygones. You really should go and see what he has to say. You'll find the king in a big tent with 2 flags outside it. You can't miss it. But be on your best behavior, won't you? This isn't a time to be picking fights.
You don't know what happened? Let me tell you what happened. He killed the hero's parents. He killed his own wife. And then he tried to destroy the world.
I won't lie to you, darling. I've seen better days. When it all went to pot, I only went and twisted me ankle on top of everything else. Don't go worry about me not having anything to do. I may not be able to strut me stuff no more, but I know one end of a needle and thread from the other. My old mum wanted me to be a good little housewife, see? Things didn't quite work out that way, but all that sewing practice is coming in handy. I've been helping the grown-ups all day, but I'm bored of that now. I want to go and play in the river instead, but it's too cold and miserable. Surely not. You are Tran, correct? How very fortuitous that one should run into someone of your quality in such an earthy place. One is, of course, Dirk's wife. He does so love to regale us all with tales of yours and young Eric's exploits. If you have a moment, one is sure he would be overjoyed to see you. Ever the entrepreneur, he has been trading in sundries in an exquisite little spot in the western part of the encampment.
This one's a classic. Sun, 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 sun. Fun, 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 fun. Too soon? Poor kid. There's this girl sitting on the pier behind the tent here. I can't help worrying about her. She says she don't have no family to go home to, so she just sits there all day staring at the river. She's had a tough old time of it, I reckon. I'd go and keep her company myself, but I've got work to do in it. If you've got a minute to spare, maybe go and have a word, eh?
I lost everything when Yggdrasil fell. My family, my friends, everything. There was so much I wanted to do with my life, but how am I supposed to do any of it now?
Join my party. Let's go kick some butt.
This is the only free tent in the whole encampment. If you want to rest here a while, be my guest. Now, it pains me to ask for money, but with the world as it is, I'll need to ask for a small donation to help with expenses.
How will it all end? Is it the middle of the night or first thing in the morning? You just can't tell anymore. The way things are going, I'll end up getting so confused I won't remember who I am. It doesn't bear thinking about.
Welcome home. You know, your mother has been such an inspiration to us all. When we were on the verge of giving up, she told us to buck up, and that the fight wasn't over yet. She's braver than any of us. There's no surprise she produces someone like you. I remember how things used to be. I would sit with my sweetheart in the sunshine talking about all the things we'd do in the future. Now it all seems like a distant dream. What's that, dear? What are we sowing? Well, that's a good question. Sowing the seeds of hope. Oh, hark at me, Miss La-di-da. You must think I'm awfully silly.
I can't see me. Have I really been wandering that long? I don't think I am. I can't see me in front of me face.
Ooh, you're a handsome chap.
Boy, she's with me. Don't you be muscling in, you hear?
I found this poor baby bawling his eyes out in Heliodor on the day Yggdrasil fell. His family's house had burnt to the ground, but somehow his mother managed to save him. She wasn't so lucky, though. Oh, it's so sad. I don't even know the poor thing's name. Well, we'll have to think of a nice new one for you, won't we, dear? This man has a scary face, but he's really nice. He said that when the sky turns blue again, he'll help me find my kitty.
Alright, Go. I don't know if you've heard, but once upon a time I was a famous pickpocket who liked to relieve folks of their spare change while they slept. Well, don't worry, I'm a reformed character. The thieving days are behind me, honest. These days I'm looking after this kid who's lost her parents. They're posh sorts, so I call her ladyship. I've never lifted anything heavier than a champagne flute in my life. Now they have me working in the field. Do they not know who I am? There's no one willing to wield this ridiculous implement in my place. I could offer a handsome reward. Anyone? You know Sir Jasper and Sir Hendrik, right? And you know the two-headed eagle and the Heliodor flag? They used to say those two were so close. They were just like that old bird. They were heroes in our guiding lights. But now Sir Jasper has gone missing. Come back, Sir Jasper, wherever you are.
Where can he be? They say that Sir Jasper hasn't been seen since the day Yggdrasil fell. I wonder where he could have got to. Of course, this sort of idle gossip is beneath one of my station. Can it be true? You never believe this. Apparently, King Carnelian was possessed by a monster. Excuse me, young man. This is a private conversation, I'll have you know.
Well, this is my land, so get off of it. Go get eaten by monsters. I've been serving the Heliodor guards for 20 years, and this isn't the first time I've seen darkness like this. The first time was back when Yggdrasil was destroyed and Princess Jade vanished. Thinking back, that was the start of all our troubles. I'm sure if the princess had been with her father, she'd have been able to see that something was wrong with him. Who knows? Maybe we could have done something. Ah, it's all so tragic. How's that? You want to speak with the king? Well, good luck with that. He hasn't come out of his tent since we got here. Unless it's something really important, I doubt he'll want to see you. I assume the king is that way, where I couldn't get to.
On the day Yggdrasil fell out of the sky, me and me mates were in the middle of a game of hide and seek. I searched every nook and cranny in the city, but I couldn't find a single one of them. Maybe if I had looked a bit harder, I would have found them.
It's good to see you back, Tran. I'm sorry you ran out to all that trouble in Heliodor. If I'd known, I never would have let you go. I hope you can forgive me. Things were tough when we were locked up in the castle, but the hero looked out for us and made sure we weren't mistreated. Then Yggdrasil fell and all hell broke loose. We're the only ones who made it out alive. Oh, the world's in a terrible mess. How could the spirit of the land forsake us like this? I heard that ever since darkness came, there have been all these horrible undead monsters wandering around the place. Apparently it's because all the dead people and animals came back to life when Yggdrasil fell. Things are looking bleak. It's terrifying. Hang about. I'd recognize that air anywhere. If it ain't me good friend Tran. You remember me, right, Dirk? Eric's old mucker? Here, how come you never told me you was the luminary, eh? I nearly fell out of my chair when I heard. Trust Eric to end up knocking out with a bona fide legend. How is old Eric anyway? Is he doing alright? You haven't seen him, haven't you? No. Got separated in all the confusion, eh? Well, with things how they are, that's understandable. Well, all I know for sure is that he's a survivor. He'll be alright one way or another. Can't be easy going around the place on your own. Well, maybe I've got a thing or two that might be useful to you. The sky's dark and stuff. It's hard to give it your all when no one's listening. Even music has its limits. I always believed the power of music could get you through just about anything. No, I'm not so sure. A holy night. Templars' uniforms. As long as we refuse to give up, even a faint flicker of hope can be kindled into a mighty flame that can banish the darkness of despair. We just have to keep believing in the future, and do what we can to get through each day. In the meantime, I shall do what I can to aid my fellow man. Ah, a new recruit, I take it. Well, if you've just arrived, His Majesty will want to speak to you. You'll find him in his tent. You can't miss it. Up ahead, you'll find Cobblestone and Toa. What's that? You already know? You grew up here, you say? Well, fancy that. But you don't look much like the other folks from Cobblestone. They tend to be a little less, well-groomed. My wife was the best cook in the whole wide world. I was so lucky. And now she's gone. But you have to try and laugh. Let's make a real quick save. And then I will see what Dirk had to say if I say yes that I've seen. The people of Cobblestone are certainly a forgiving lot. We blasted their village to smithereens, but no one seems to be holding too much of a grudge against us. Well, all we can do is repay their kindness and make up for all we've done by defending them with everything we get. Don't worry, I've had enough of grudge for everybody. Yes. You don't have to sugarcoat it, you know. If he ain't with you, then something's happened to him. Well, all I know for sure is that he's a survivor. He'll be alright one way or another. Can't be easy going around the place on your own. Well, maybe I've got a thing or two that might be useful to you. Tran sets out from Blue John's hut on the Emerald Coast to take the first steps on his quest to find his friend. Before he leaves, Blue John tells him how the darkness has been flooding from Heliodor Castle ever since the fall of Yggdrasil, and enveloping all of Erdrea. He follows the directions he was given by Blue John, only to find himself at the gates of dear old Cobblestone. This humble village is now home to refugees from all over Erdrea, hence as having been renamed the Last Bastion, and among those who call it home are his dear old friend Gemma and his mother Amber, both of whom are alive and well. They tell him of how a certain someone came to stay Jasper's hand back when he burned the village to the ground, and of how the same man saved countless survivors and led them to the safety of the Last Bastion after Yggdrasil's fall. Apparently, King Carnelian has also found his way here, and Amber urges our hero to go and have a word with him. Are there two flags? Oh, yeah, I didn't even notice the flags earlier. Okay. Greetings, Mr. Luminary, sir. His Majesty is waiting for you inside. He woke up not long ago and seems to be rather keen to talk to you. Oh, we got some words. Save your excuses.
So, you are alive and well, I see.
No thanks to you.
You have nothing to fear. I have regained my senses at last. The living nightmare that began for me on the day of your birth has ended, though in truth, I remember little of what I did. I have inflicted so much pain on so many. On you.
Convenient excuses, old man.
I do not ask for forgiveness. I do not deserve it. All I ask is that I be allowed to atone, to pay for my crimes by protecting those who remain. Tell me, do you recall what happened on that fateful day? The events that came to pass beneath Yggdrasil's branches?
Yeah?
I see. I recall nothing. All I know is that whomever or whatever had me in its grasp for all those years left me there. And when at long last I returned to my senses, I was here. There is something else I must ask you. Tell me, do you know if my daughter is alive?
The last time I saw her, before you screwed the world, she was.
I see.
Your Majesty, the hero has returned. He brings more survivors seeking sanctuary.
Come. You must meet he to whom we owe our survival, though you may not wish to at first.
So, the hero returns. It seems everyone is gathering at the North Gate to welcome him. I know full well that you two have had your differences in the past, but you must set them aside for now. Yeah. Having set on a quest to find his friends, Tran arrives at the Last Bastion where he is reunited with Amber, at whose insistence he goes to see King Carnelian. The regretful royal explains that his loathing of the Luminary was due to his having been possessed by Mordegon, and that he has no memory of the events leading up to the World Tree's fall. His account is cut short by a messenger who informs him that the hero has returned. My little sister is part of the hero's regiments of handpicked troops. I told her it was too dangerous, but would she listen? No, she'd do anything for that man. She's completely smitten. Ugh, I'm not supposed to tell anyone that. Don't let on you know, will you? She'll kill me. Hurry up and get over to the main gate. The hero's on his way. Hey, the hero's on his way back, and everyone's gone to the gate to wait for him. And here I am, stuck on bleeding sentry duty. Listen, if you want to visit the tour, I'm not going to stop you, but I wouldn't waste your time wandering around there if I were you. There's really nothing to see. You'd be better off heading to the North Gate. You wouldn't want to miss the hero's grand arrival, would you? Actually, I kinda do. Richard Chick. Bah, life's not fair. He's taller than me, better looking than me, stronger than me. You name it, he's bigger or better at it. Blooming hero, making the rest of us look bad. Err.
Ooh, this is exciting. The hero's on his way home, and everyone's going to welcome him back. It's hard to believe the people of Cobblestone would welcome a knight of Heliodor after what happened, but the hero is different. He looked out for us. He has a heart, unlike some others I could mention.
No, he has guilt.
So, the hero's back, is he? If it wasn't for him, none of us would be here today. We all owe our lives. I'd thank him, of course, but he's not the most approachable person in the world.
He better get on his knees and beg for forgiveness. That's all I gotta say. The hero looked out. Hold on, shouldn't you be over at the North Gate with everyone else? You don't want to miss the hero's homecoming.
Cole said he was going off to wait for the hero's homecoming. He wanted me to go with him, but I don't care about the hero. Why does he care so much about him anyway? What about me? That boy. My Cole went running off to wait for the hero's return. He was so excited he could barely keep still. I hope he doesn't want to be a knight when he grows up.
You got anything to say to me?
The luminary lives.
Welcome back, Hendrik. Well, what news?
The forces of darkness amass at the gates of Heliodor. They will strike, and soon. Sire, the people must be removed to safety. Men! All the signs are that our enemy will strike tonight. To arms! They shall not find us unprepared!
As you see, he is as eloquent as ever. But you must forgive him.
Don't tell me what to do.
He has fought harder than any of us. He has sacrificed more than anyone. Which is why his burden must be lightened.
Don't tell me about sacrifice either.
It is time that your differences were set aside, Luminary. Mankind needs you. Hendrik needs you. Will you stand beside him?
Obviously, yes, but I'm not going to forgive him.
Good. If we are able to withstand the assault tonight, we may yet survive. Join the troops outside the fortress when you are ready.
Upon hearing this, he heads out to the entrance of the village and urges Tran to follow. Who should the hero turn out to be but the very Heliodoran general who hounded him across half of Erdrea, Hendrik. He reports that the monsters are gathering their forces and is worried an attack on the bastion is imminent. He then orders his men to prepare for battle and immediately heads back out beyond the safety of the bastion's walls. Fearing for his most steadfast soldiers' safety, King Carnelian orders Tran to fight by Hendrik's side and help defend the Last Bastion from the impending onslaught. If we survive tonight's assault, we may yet have a chance. I order you to go out there and fight for humanity's future. Seriously. Don't... I'm gonna stab you.
The terrain around the Last Bastion makes it easy to defend. The people will be safe here as long as we can keep the monsters beyond the wall at bay. Come, the hero waits. But I'm forgetting myself. If you wish to pray or buy supplies before the battle, please do so now. This may be your last chance.
The monsters could attack at any moment. You should go out and join Sir Hendrik as soon as you can. You ain't seen me, so they want everyone who can hold a sword to help out fighting the monsters, do they? Well, no thank you. I've got better things to be doing than risking me life. Nope, I'll just hide here and let you pretend you ain't seen nothing. Yeah, is Cole gonna be out there? Is Hendrik gonna have to save Cole? Is that what's going on? I'm pretty handy with a crossbow, even if I do say so myself. You'll watch. I'll shoot any flying monster right out of the sky. I missed talking to this guy before. Just a casual bit of weapon shopping in a time of crisis, eh? Well, good to see you're not panicking, I suppose. Keep a clear head and carry a sharp sword, that's what I always say. Yeah, why don't you give me something before the monsters come and kill you, huh? Look lively, Orb will not. They'll be here in a minute. I don't need no weapons. I'll batter them monsters with me bare hands and stick their bones in me stockpot. Oh, come here, stupid monster. Oh, it's no good. I'm so scared stiff.
With Sir Hendrik leading the charge, those monsters won't know what's hit them.
Smashing the jump button, but... Hold on. Sorry, just ignore me. I need to keep my mind on the job and defend the king. I should be hunkering down and preparing for what's coming, not blathering on to you about my family. I always get like this when I'm nervous. Everyone's got to do their bit, so I'm making myself useful carrying weapons. Now, if you don't mind, some of us have got work to do. Wow, she's still a punk. Get out of my village. What is with all these people? The curious energy that once emanated from the plant can no longer be felt. I preach the path of peace. There comes a time when one must make a stand. I shall not bear arms, but I offer what succor I can. Things are really kicking off, eh? You'll be fighting too, I take it? Well, don't worry. Old Dirk's here for all your shopping needs. And I'm sure people are going to think I'm being too harsh on King Carnelian. All these people with a sob story now, saying that they lost their husband and whatnot. King Carnelian and Hendrik helped bring this about. I remember where I saw you now. It was in the masked martial arts tournament in Octagonia. You're pretty tough, as I recall, but don't go getting complacent. These monsters are going to be way more trouble than anything you face back there. If you give them an inch, you're going to regret it. I expected to find a musician still playing. I've got the tour covered. You head out and join Sir Hendrik. We've done our best to hide the children somewhere safe, but if monsters breach our defenses, there's no telling what might happen. Listen, Tran, you've got to get out there and fight, for all our sakes. I know it can't be easy to forgive Sir Hendrik, but you're on the same side now. Yeah, I know. Hey, babe.
Oh dear, I've never seen Sandy like this before. She won't stop barking. I wish she'd calm down. It's making me nervous. Listen, Tran, I know you're fighting for everyone. I know I shouldn't be thinking of myself, but there's something I need to say. I need you to know that I'll always be here waiting for you, and when this is all over, I want you to come home. To me.
Woof, 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 woof. So this is the end. Oh, hello. I'm just composing a heart-rending song that will be my last testament and my legacy. It goes a little something like this. And so we make our last stand, just one final curtain call. The undead hordes at the gates, backs up against the wall.
Please rest while you have the chance. You will need to be strong in both heart and mind if you are to face the challenges that lie ahead. Don't worry, darling. We'll be alright. No one can hurt us. We've got all those big, strong soldiers. We've got the hero, and of course we've got Tran. Those silly monsters won't be able to lay so much as a claw on us in here, will they, Tran? If it comes to it, and all hope is lost, please at least try to get the children to safety. Don't worry about us grown-ups, just make sure our little ones have a future. Hehehe, welcome to the mysterious realm of the magnificent Mistress Bev. Don't cross me, palm with silver, and I'll read your fortune anyway. Well, fancy it?
Sure.
I knew you'd say that. Right, here goes. Tell me, mysterious rulers of fate, what's this lank-eared lad here got on his plate? Oh dear me, dear, oh dear, oh dear. This ain't good at all. I see trouble on the horizon, and lots of it. But do not despair, you can avoid all this misery with just one wise investment. This top-notch item would normally cost you an arm and a leg, but I'll sell it to you for the jaw-droppingly knockdown price of only 100 gold coins. So what do you say?
No.
You what? After I gave you a free reading and all? Cheeky little toe rag. As far as I'm concerned, you deserve all the misery that's coming your way.
No.
Ah! Well, I knew you were going to say that, obviously, but if you ever change your mind, love, you know where to find me. It won't cost you a thing, remember. can't stop shaking. Do not despair, my little darling. Those monsters will prove no match for our gallant hero, you'll see. The king has ordered everyone who's not fighting to hunker down here. Be safe, don't you worry about us. And if any of those monsters are foolish enough to come near me, I'll give them a jolly good smack. Your mother can look after herself. You get out there and join Sir Hendrik. Hello, handsome. I've been having a little chinwag with the mayor, and he's telling me that you and his granddaughter are going to settle down and live happily ever after. Is that true? It's the first I've heard about it. Ooh, you're a cold fish, ain't ya? She talks about you all the time, you know. Well, maybe one day you realize what you got here. One's beloved husband, Dirk, has been assigned some light guard duty, but is still finding the time to pursue his commercial interests. After all, soldiers need supplies. One believes he has set up shop in the center of the encampment. One must maximize one's footfall, after all. Should you require anything, one is quite certain he'll be happy to provide it. Alright, let's try saying no, or let's try saying the opposite dialogue option to everybody. When you see my character wearing the Trodain gear, that'll be the alternative universe.
Tell me, do you recall what happened on that fateful day? The events that came to pass beneath Yggdrasil's branches?
No, I don't remember a thing. I got hit in the head pretty hard.
I see. I recall nothing.
The hero's coming back, but I can't very well go and greet him dressed in these filthy clothes.
The hero is always on the go. If anyone deserves a day off, it's him.
I couldn't believe my eyes when it happened. This huge dark cloud started billowing up from Heliodor Castle. It was the most terrifying thing I've ever seen. It gives me shivers just to think about it even now. We saw a flare in the sky off to the north. That means the hero's on his way back. I just hope he found some more survivors.
Hendrik needs you. Will you stand beside him?
Nope.
I can well understand the ill will you feel. But there is no other save yourself. It is time that your differences were set aside, Luminary.
Alright, let's do this.
Things aren't looking good. Our scouts have reported that the enemy are sending the largest force yet. I'm sorry you had to get wrapped up in this so soon after coming here.
47, 48.
The sky's so dark you can't tell if it's day or night. I'm counting to try to keep track of the time. It's not working though. I'm so terrified of the monsters attacking that I keep losing count.
As soon as those monsters show their ugly mugs, I'm going to open fire with this chap. Bring it on.
Wow, that's a... Yeah,
That's an awesome priest right there. Stay sharp! I'm a bag of nerves. I know what I'm like. I always mess things up. I'm terrified of going to pieces in battle, not being able to fight properly. That's why I bought all the holy water I can carry from Mistress Bev. That'll keep the monsters at bay. I talk a good game, but if I'm honest, I've never been in a fight in my life. Well, looks like it's time to shut up and put up. If you're short of anything, go and visit Dirk. I'm sure he'll sort you out. He set up shop right in the middle of the camp so he can supply us with items even in the middle of battle. Alright, let me show you guys what a level 55 hero can do. Heliodor region.
Hey, you must be our newest recruit. They say you made it all the way to the Last Bastion under your own steam. Well, I'm impressed, I've got to tell ya. You can obviously handle yourself. That, or you were born lucky. Well, either way, I'm sure we can find a use for you. Follow me. Right, here's your spot. Just face that way, and when the monsters come, stick the pointy end of your sword in them. Oh, don't look so worried. You'll be fine.
You were just jealous because I protected Jade when you couldn't. When you wouldn't.
Enemy forces! Here they come!
Yeah.
Please, I can take on all that.
Positions, men! Charge! Yeah! Ah!
Having set out on a quest to find his friends, Tran arrives at the Last Bastion. Monsters are marching on the village and will arrive at any moment, so he joins the defending force and takes the field under his former pursuer Hendrik's command. Really? I can just run back? Don't worry, I've got this area covered. You need to head back and defend the Last Bastion. They got me! My sword arm! Oh, the pain! How about you, dogs? As the captain of Sir Hendrik's elite guard, I would die before I allow a single one of these accursed creatures to set foot inside the Last Bastion. I cut them down, yet they still come. Is there no end to them? Ah, get away from me! Go! Shoo! I am Peridot the Punisher, of the Blazing Blades of Heliodor. These wretches will not escape my wrath. I am Tourmaline of the Blazing Blades of Heliodor. Come, fetid fiends, do your worst. We are the finest swordsmen in the realm, the Blazing Blades of Heliodor. I am known as Zircon the Slayer, and these monstrous wretches are about to learn why. Over my dead body. God, what is this putrid stench that assails my senses? These foul fiends, their flesh is falling from their very bones. Rawr. I'm even allowed to attack these guys? I'm struggling here. Gah, these blighters are tough. Too tough for me. I've never faced monsters this strong before. I've got a bit of advice for you. A lot of soldiers are too proud to run away from a fight, but when you've bitten off more than you can chew, it's better to be honest with yourself. So if you're getting the feeling that these monsters are too tough for you, chances are you're just not ready for them yet. If I were you, I'd head to the cave east of here and use the wimpy monsters there as punching bags. Then you can come back when you're toughened up a bit. I haven't leveled up enough. So you would attack from below? Cowards! Wretches! Ah, I'm too young to die! Leave this area to me. You need to hurry up and join Sir Hendrik. Alright, so can I actually attack these guys? Let's find out. No. Okay, well, I was pushing into him for a while, but when I pulled back, battle began. Pathetic. But what a relief! You have my thanks. I was vulnerable to attack from below, and the enemy exploited that to the full. Get down in and fight, you cowards! Is anybody else? No. I didn't make the jump. Oh, come on. Can I not help him? I want to kill off all the monsters. Should be able to shoot or something. Alright, one more try. Fine. Leave the stragglers to me. Those putrid creatures offended both my eyes and my nose. I'm grateful to you for ridding the world of them. Here, take this. I'm so grateful to you for ridding the world of those putrid wretches. I owe you one. Oh, I didn't even see you there. I'm done for. I'll just lie here for a bit. Oh, you don't talk to me. Can't you see I'm pretending to be dead? Come on then, take your best shot. Take that, you. Clear off, you rotters. You're pretty tough. I'm impressed. I'll take you all on. Thanks for that. I was struggling, I have to be honest. Those monsters are harder to hack through than I expected. Oh, I found this on the ground over there. Call it my little thank you. Special medicine. Thanks for that. I dare say you helped me out of a rather tight spot there, friend. Your reputation is well earned. And then my savior came, a vision of enviably sleek hair and stylish fighting skills. I am in your debt, but it's Sir Hendrik who has the direst need of your help. He is fighting a formidable force unaided. Here, take this. It may prove useful and it may not, but you must accept it as a token of my appreciation. Thank you. As soon as my arms healed up, I'll be back to my sword-swinging best. You'll see. I like that I'm too fast for them to even move. That was too close for comfort. You have my thanks. But how does Sir Hendrik fare, I wonder? The last I saw, he was facing a monstrous onslaught unaided. I pray that he is unharmed. You beat them? Wow, thanks. I had my eyes shut tight, so I missed the whole thing. So this is how it ends. When you attack my brothers in arms, you attack me. Time to teach you a lesson. You helped me out even though we used to be enemies. I owe you more than words can say. Here, have this. I'm sure you can find a use for it. I thank you, but now I must take leave of this world. The future's in your hands now. Urgh. Well, I did get some special medicine from everybody. Why don't I just give it to you? Like, I'm mashing the attack button. Of course, there's no, like, crosshairs or whatever on them, targeting indicator on them, so that doesn't matter. Wahaha, is that all you've got? Alright, I guess that's everybody. Is there really no way I can protect those guys? I mean, I don't know. I feel like I should be able to defeat all the monsters, and then I get some sort of bonus prize at the end. Kind of like how I did that in Echoes of Erdrea.
Behind you! Never let down your guard. We'll need to pull your weight if we are to escape this one. Have at them!
Our beloved commander, brightest and best of the spectral sentinels, spake truly when spake of thee, Hendrik. Thou art without a shred of guile. Any other would have fled the field long ago.
That was some pretty good lip syncing for that shield.
But I have no complaints. Our reward for tearing thee limb from limb shall be a handsome one indeed. Well, fools, wherefore gapest ye like ninnies? Kill him! Prepare to die!
I could kill all of these guys with no problem. Wow. The first hit you guys have scored on me the entire battle, and it's 3 damage.
Our triumph was never in doubt.
Retreat! Move your bones!
Commander, a message from His Majesty. He wishes to speak with you. Both of you.
Right away.
Minor meteorologist, monsterologist. Our hero cuts his way through the ensuing carnage, eventually arriving at Hendrik's side. The two take on the leader of the invading army together and eventually overcome him, sending the rest of the enemy scattering in disarray. Their victory won, the two are told by a messenger they make their way to King Carnelian's tent. Sir Hendrik has gone back to the Last Bastion. You should go back too. The king wants to speak to you. Don't worry, we'll take care of things here. The fighting was fierce, I'll bet. You should go back to the Last Bastion and rest. There are some nasty monsters up ahead. It's too dangerous for you right now. Here. I thought I'd never get my feet back on solid ground. We cannot afford to relax this yet. That was just a fraction of the enemy's forces. They will be back before long, you can be sure of that. Nay, nay. My hands are still shaking. I'm sure your day has been quite eventful enough already, but the king would like to speak with you. You should head back to the Last Bastion. I'm shattered. I'm exhausted. My clothes are bespattered with the blood of those putrid fiends. I must needs scrub them thoroughly, or perhaps it would be better to simply burn them. I fainted clean away as soon as the fighting started, but it looks like some kind soul dragged me to safety. Thanks, whoever you are. Is everyone alright? A dust-up like that can really take it out of you, can't it? I need to head back and hit the hay. Now that the battle is ended, a great fatigue has come upon me. I must rest here a while. That was the first time I've ever fought real monsters in battle. I really hope it's the last. Some nights. It looks like the bulk of their forces have retreated, but there may still be stragglers up ahead. You shouldn't go any further until we're sure they're all gone. So you guys haven't done any work in 20 years, but after they sacked Yggdrasil. That was your first monster ever. Thank you, that was a miracle. We managed to weather the storm without suffering any losses or even any serious wounds. It was an honor to fight beside you. That was incredible, you swatted those monsters like flies. You're an inspiration. Mind showing me some of those moves one day? Thanks for all you did. Make sure there was no one standing on the inside of the gate.